Hello to everyone watching us at the moment in every corner of our planet. This is Super Chat with Misters 2025 final episode. Congratulations to our finalists and let's welcome them together. Leo from China, hello.
Hi.
Mulaki representing Namibia, hi.
Hello.
Maurizio from Mexico.
Hello.
Mike representing Nigeria.
Hello.
Dr. Luca from South Africa.
Hello.
Kenneth representing Philippines.
Hello.
In this final episode, our candidates will be answering 4 identical questions with a very limited time per each. And pretty much like in the preliminary episodes, I encourage everyone who's watching us right now to support your favorite candidates in the SUPRA app. Please make sure you have this app on your devices or check out the description box below this video. There's a direct voting link over there. So you can actually help your favorite candidate advance to the next round of the Mr. Supranational 2025 experience. So if you guys are ready, let's start with the first question. Let me just remind you that you will have only 60 seconds, 1 minute to answer. And the question goes like this. What are you passionate about?
So I'm really passionate about to make my life more diverse. That's why I want to try everything. So, for foods, whenever I'm traveling, I would love to try, all the different kinds of street foods, no matter they're raw or fully cooked, as long as I'm not allergic to it. And for the experience, in the past few years, I learned tennis, I learned scuba diving, I learned skiing. So, and also Mr. Supranational, this is my very first time to show myself, on a global stage. So I feel like life is too short. So I really want to, make my life, more meaningful and happy and, try to meet as many people as I can to understand their culture, values. And when I'm getting older, I can share, my amazing experiences with my kids and even my grandkids.
Well, thank you so much for that question. I am passionate about life and the path we develop every day. So I am very passionate about having an objective or a goal in my life. So every day counts for me. So every people, every moment, everything I do every day, it just embrace me to do the next day. So for me, that is what makes me happy. That is what I feel right now. That passion to think about it, it's amazing. So that will be it.
All right, I am mostly passionate about 2 things. Firstly, it's the art space, whether it be modeling, whether it be music or poetry. I always like to be involved in the art space and just see in ways in which I can contribute. And I found that the best way I can contribute within my art space of my country is to be a model. And I am also very passionate about science and technology, which is why I decided to pursue a career in chemical and process engineering. And it's a passion that I had from as early as I could as early as I could remember.
So I am very passionate about my own self-improvement and my self-development because I believe that at every given point, there is always room for improvement. But aside from that, another thing I'm deeply passionate about is health education and advocating for living a healthy lifestyle. Why? Because I believe that knowledge is the first key to prevention. As a nurse, I've seen too often that a lot of illnesses can be prevented just by having access to the right education and basic support. So my aim is to make health education simple and relatable to everyone around. Thank you.
To be honest, I am very passionate in building my career, especially my civil engineering career. But right now, I did sacrifice it first because of pageantry. What pageantry is once in a lifetime experience, and after this, I will continue to pursue my career and my goal in life, which is to become a
I am very passionate about science. Now, I know science is not for everyone. I love science. But for me, what I love about science is the spirit of science. I like the equations, all of it, but the spirit of science is about being curious. It's about being open and about understanding that there's very different ways of seeing the world because that's what the scientist does. And so I'm so passionate about seeing the world in this way and sharing that with others to inspire people, yes, to follow a scientific path, but also just to be more open and be more curious about the world. Because when we're more curious, I think that's when you explore paths that no one once thought were possible. So that's kind of what most of my passion lies in.
Thank you, gentlemen. Time for question number two. You will also have just 1 minute to answer it. So if you're ready, describe your approach to problem solving.
So, as a professional business consultant, problem solving is pretty much my daily basis. So here is my approach. I have 3 steps. The first step is always take a pause to better understand where you are at this moment. To evaluate what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, where is the goal, right? To set everything up front. And the second step is always seek for professional guidance or talk with the people who have the similar experiences because they are able to share a lot of relevant information or data to help you navigate to better break down the problems. So you can solve the problem in the most efficient way. Last but not least, I think that's about the mindset. Solving problems sometimes could be really difficult, but keeping the positive mindset, keep learning, keep adapting, keep pushing forward, and you're gonna, gradually solve the problem and learn from it.
Problem solving is something about every day. And we are here, as we say in Mexico or in Mexico, to solve, not to give problems. So I want to think about any problem. And what I think of it is that it's easy. Even if it's not easy, I say to my brain, hey, you know what? It's easy. So we are going to do everything we have in our hands to work with it. Then I tell my friends, hey, can you help me? I tell everyone about the problem, and sometimes I get a lot of feedback, and then I can develop a plan. So I encourage you to do a plan and say it's easy and solve it today.
I think my approach to problem solving would first be to analyze the root cause of the problem. I think when you know where the problem is coming from, you can easily and clearly think and restructure your mind into finding a solution for it. I also like to ask for advice. I think it's very important that we realize that we shouldn't shy away from asking for advice from people, especially those in better circumstances to make better choices than us. So yes, I always sit back, analyze the situation, take time to think, and if necessary, I'll always ask for help or assistance.
My approach to problem solving is to first of all stay calm, assess the situation clearly, and then act intentionally. I believe that every problem has a root. So, by understanding it and not just reacting to it, you could get a clearer picture of the problem. So, I listen to everybody that is involved in that situation and then break the problem into manageable parts. After having broken it into manageable parts, you can then view it from different angles and create a solution that is focused and flexible. And once you have done that, I believe the problem is solved already.
One thing that I've learned in life, most especially being a civil engineering student, I have developed my skills in problem solving, such as also not just in mathematics but also problem solving in life. I have lots of problems that encountered in life, and those are the challenges that I face. And I realized that challenges are just challenges, and it can be solved. Thank you so much.
How I approach problem solving, and actually it's inspired from my physics way of thinking. So in physics, there's something called first principle thinking. And a lot of people, the way they solve problems is by applying techniques that they've learned perhaps in past experiences, and that's one way of doing it. But in first principle thinking, you try to break down the problem into its absolute essential, its cause, its sort of first dimensions. And then you try to assemble ideas that combine the different problems into a full on solution. And so I approach things by breaking them down in some simplest approach and then finding little iterative solutions that solve these two elements, those two elements, and then all the elements come together to find one cohesive solution, which really speaks to what we need to do. So first principle thinking borrowed from physics.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was exciting. Next up, we have question number 3 and 60 seconds to answer. What is your approach to teamwork with strong personalities?
I think working with people with different personalities, different culture, different values, sometimes could be really challenging. So that's why facing the person who has strong personality, I always need to prepare enough information, data, and try to practice about how I'm going to articulate my point. As a business consultant, I'm working with the senior leaders, even the C levels from the Fortune 500 companies on a daily basis. So they all have strong personality. That's why they become, the senior leaders. But I always believe those people, as true leader, they all, they have a strong personality because they always want to hear the different opinions, different perspectives, and they're willing to work with me together. So when I'm preparing to talk with those people, I try to ask myself what kind of questions they may ask. And right now, I think with the AI, sometimes I even put some of the scenarios and the background and the context on ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT, okay, what kind of questions you have for me, so I can practice, before talking with those people. So I do believe as long as I show my authenticity in front of those people, it's gonna be a challenging but really interesting conversation.
Every day in life, we see a lot of people with different personalities, and that is what encourages us or what makes me rich inside, because I can see myself in them. And the best way to have empathy is to have this feeling of what they are feeling, and these big personalities, to think, okay, what are they going through, what is their work, what is their job. And then when you think like what they will be thinking, you can be more happy and work in teams with that person, and to have more goals even.
I think my approach to teamwork with strong personalities is firstly to be patient and firstly understand different personalities. I think I understand people differently. So I think I would give each person a chance to be themselves. If they have a strong personality, I would give them that opportunity. But I think the best way to work with somebody with with a strong personality is to be able to understand how to communicate with them and in what ways you can cater to their personalities as well. So yes, I think it's just definitely lies within the way you're gonna communicate with the people.
So I learned this particular skill from my field in nursing. The best way to work with individuals with strong personalities is, first of all, mutual respect, secondly, emotional intelligence, and finally, clear communication. Most of the times you find that in individuals that have strong personalities, they also bring a strong drive, a passion to work, and also valuable perspectives that should be what? Embraced rather than met with resistance. I've learned that in active listening, you can learn to build a mutual understanding and create a space in which each individual feels seen and valued. And that is how you create the best collaboration and be able to progress in any field that you find yourself. Thank you.
For me, we are called to connect with each other as human beings. We are also to serve and to help one another. And for me, also, it is very important to have teamwork, most especially in pageantry, because it is not just about celebration for the pageant, but it is also a celebration to connect to each other, which is with our differences, our culture, and our different backgrounds as human beings. And it is very important for us to really have teamwork together in order for us to have a more better place to live in this world.
I believe that when it comes to teamwork in general, but also in the strong personalities, I think my approach is to listen, is to actually take a step back and observe. And once you observe, you are able to understand the dynamics of how people respond, their triggers, what doesn't trigger them, what makes them calm, what makes them sort of excited. And once you observe the situation, then you come in and you suggest perspectives or ways of approaching a problem or a solution or just a dynamic that actually complements the person and enhances the best features rather than triggers the worst features. After some time, you build relationships with them and you can reflect those triggering features that perhaps are not conducive to good teamwork. So I'd always step back, listen, observe, and then input where it's complementary.
Thank you. Just one more question to go and only 30 seconds to answer. Gentlemen, tell us, please, what are your pet peeves?
Oh my gosh, my pet peeve is I love uh, milk tea. So my pet peeve is milk tea without boba. Um, because I think boba is very chewy. It represents, Asian culture. It's from Taiwan. I think it's very, very delicious. But some of my American friends, they always order milk tea without boba. I was like, that's a crime.
Well, there are quite a few. And what I think right now is when I have a goal, and for any reason, the goal is not going through or is not like solving. So, what I do in those cases is that I remember that any goal requires time. And if it's not going happening, like if it's not happening today, I have to calm down and wait and work again more today. And then the goal, when it comes, it'll be even more powerful. So I encourage you to wait.
Anybody that knows me knows that I do not like people that do not keep time. If we agree that we are going to meet at 10 o'clock, it shouldn't be a minute late. So I actually do not like it when people do not respect my time, whether it be friendships or anything. So whenever we agree the time to be, that is the time we agree. In Africa, we have what we call African time, but I do not subscribe to that at all. So I like things to be done when they're supposed to be done.
I have three major pet peeves, right? The first one is people that chew with their mouth open. I don't know, it's just messy. It's irritable to the eye. Secondly is lying. Little lies. I don't know why. I don't know why, but really it just offends me most times. And then the final one, of course, is being ignored. I believe most people can relate to that one, Sha, because I don't know, being ignored just doesn't feel right.
There's one pet peeve that I have in life, which is someone who is not genuine. Most especially the first time I met this person, you will really know if he or she is genuine to you. And I just want to really have this honest and real connection with a person, and I hope that each one of us will be genuine people, real one, and accept that we are not perfect, we are imperfectly perfect, and continue to be the real version of yourself, because if we do that, we create a more peaceful society and uh, more lovely world to live. Thank you so much.
I would say one of my pet peeves are people that I think don't perhaps use their brain. And what I mean by that is that they don't use the combination of the emotion and the intellect. They're either too driven actually in the emotion, so they're very reactive and they're not taking a step back and observing the situation, or they're even too logical without actually using the emotions. So I find people that are too reactive in their brain or in the emotions a bit of a pet peeve because often they vary in binary in their thinking. But if you can combine the two, you can be more open and you can actually sort of see things with more color in the world. So that's my pet peeves. Yeah, people who are too reactive emotionally or intellectually.
Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations again on making it to the Super Chat with Misters 2025 finals. Guys or audience, please don't forget to support your favorite candidates and help them advance to the next round of the Mr. Supranational 2025 experience. The voting is open in the Super app. The direct voting link is available in the description box below this video. So thank you very much, and see you soon in Poland for the Mr. Supranational 2025 experience. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.